Hey! Welcome back. It's been a long, long time. Yes. Oh, just getting some stuff set up. Organizing. There we go. Anyhow, I don't even know where we left off. It's been like 2, 3, 4 months. I don't even know. But a lot has changed. VMware, owned by Broadcom. Good and bad. You know what's good? I can now use Workstation Pro for free. Personal use. That's a big plus. So we updated our lab. We got that in there. What else has changed? Oh yeah, this Chrome remote desktop. A lot of new extra features using Chrome. Made my life a lot easier. What else? I forgot how half this stuff is set up. And I've been leaving y'all on a cliffhanger for user personal layer. So let's see if we can get it working. So now that I got VMware Workstation Pro updated on here and selected to use personal use versus a license, which that gave us a lot of issues, and I think we had to reset the lab from what I remember. But anyhow, got everything updated with VMware tools. Some of the licenses expired from Microsoft for eval. I got those updated. Pretty easy to do that. I think you get 3 tries, but you just what do you do? Oh, you just run this command. You just rearming. I think you get 3 tries. So good thing to have when you use an evaluation key. All right, our domain we got set up. EUC Learn Along, and welcome back to EUC Learn Along. We got our server, general purpose. Oh my goodness. All right. So what do we got? All right, so we got a purpose. We got a purpose. We do have a purpose, a big purpose. We got a server set up. We got some storage presented to it. We got profiles on here. We shared it out. Advanced sharing, just showing you kind of what I did. Usually we set up everything, but I can't even remember where we left off. So this is going to be a little bit different. So we got it shared, permissions, everyone, caching, no offline files. Permissions, again, not by the book, but everyone has access to it. This is where we're going to store our UPL disk, user personalization layer. All right. I logged into Citrix. Our license is expired. No big deal. We're not leveraging some of the stuff that's required to use a license, but I'm going to get that updated too. Because again, it's been, I don't know how long it's been. It's been a long time. Everything else has stayed the same. I'm not sure if this was created on the last video. Again, I don't know. I can't remember. Anyhow, so we got storage to store our so-called profile container. We're not using UPM, but we're going to use UPL. Domains up. So Citrix. We got machine catalog, delivery group set up. VDA, that's what I need to show you. All right, so I have to spin up the machine. We'll show you what to install. It's very basic, something easy to use. We'll let that come up. But while that's coming up, all it is a component from Citrix. think it's just called Unidesk, but they call it UPL and the VDA install. You can just install the component without installing VDA. And with 2402, which is what we're on, LTSR, I think CU1 comes out later this month. We'll be doing a lot of testing with that. Some cool videos, pick up where we left off. But with UPL, before this, if you're using the older LTSR 2302, the container captures everything, but to exclude anything in there, there was text files you can edit on the base image to exclude items from that. But with 2402 LTSR, you can now do it all via policy. So big things from that may want to make you want to rethink. It's been a while. Maybe moving to the personal disk for Citrix. Because not only are you getting user data, you're getting data from the Windows machine itself. So when you install programs, applications, and all that can be roamed or just stored in the profile disk. If something were to happen, just give them a machine from that same image and you should be good. There are some nuances with this. Again, I would look it up with Citrix. They recommend if you're doing like updates, so if you're going from Win 10 to Win 11 to use the same image and a few other things, dig into that. Anyhow, we're going to go here. I'll show you how to install the component. All right, we'll give it a second. Let's see. Box. Does that still work? Maybe it's on server. Nope, there's nothing on there. Client. Getting real rusty. Huh. You know what? We'll just do it this way. About. I don't even think this is on the network. CMD. Yep, I know. Wasting time. Yep, local domain. That's fine. Okay. I can't see still. 8359128. Man, I don't know. Admin. Oh my goodness. I'm just wasting time. Anyhow, we'll just we'll show you on this machine. How about that? I gotta figure out where everything is. Citrix, VDA. Yep. Open. All right, I think it's under here. Profile management, desktop components. No. Nope, 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 nope. So let's go back. Citrix policy, director, licensing, profile management, under here. Cross-platform, nope. Secure private access, nope. Virtual desktop component. It's got to be under here. Nope. Oh my goodness. No, it's not in here. Yep. Support. Oh, I should have researched some of this. Profile, probe agent, licensing, desktop studio, director, automated configurations. No. You would think it's under profile management. Tools. Nope. Nope. Let's mount. Open with. There we go. Let's search. Uni. Well, I can't find it, but it's in here. But anyhow, if you're going to be installing this on your machine, more than likely you're going to have non-persistent desktops. I don't see too many people doing persistent desktops. But if you just need that component, you can extract it from here. Again, doesn't matter which one you choose. Just going to show you how you can install it if you're installing the VDA. For whatever reason, I can't find it in here. All right, it's fine. And profile, no. See what I can't do. Oh my goodness. This is going to kill me. How do I get this on this machine? I haven't done this in so long. Let's turn this one on. Properties. We'll just go ahead and get this one on the domain. .2 domain. UCR long. Our Citrix admin is a domain admin account, and then we got a Citrix user as our domain user. I guess what we could have done it a different way, but brain's starting to work now. All right, so recap. That way I know what's going on. So we got a server stood up. We presented some storage to the server. Disk management. There we go, right there. Present any storage you want to it. I think a lot of different ways to do that. I'm learning more. There's some recommended ways from Citrix in the formatting of the drive or storage. Anyhow, NTFS, we got this one here. We shared it out. Gave everyone permissions. Shouldn't be an issue writing to it. All right, it's fine. Let's see. Manage. Removable device. Disconnect. Connect. Removable device. Settings. Browse. There we go. Citrix. CVAN 24. Open. Okay. There we go. Have to get reacquainted. But anyhow, create a remote access for remote PC. You can do that in MTS. More than likely, this would be your setup. Additional components. I usually add in there, and here we go. Citrix user personalization layer. So there we go. You can install it on your machine here, Win 10, Win 11. Doesn't look like that server setup would work. But anyhow, install the component in here. I'm not going to go through the rest of the process. You just include it here on your base image. Next, next, next. Done. Yep, I'm going to cancel. Open. I just wonder why I can't find it in here. It's in here somewhere, and it's killing me that I can't find it. User profile management. Upgrade. Oh man, this bothers me so much. Anyhow, it's in there because you can install it using the ISO. So again, covered the server, how you would install it on your base image. You can't extract it from the ISO. I'm just looking dumb. So I'm gonna call it quits. So we got it installed on our endpoint. So what else do you need? Well, again, I mentioned some stuff about policies. So I don't think we set up a policy before in Citrix. Again, I can't remember. So I wasn't sure, so I went ahead and created one, and we'll just walk you through on what we did. So we'll just edit the policy. And again, let's go to endpoint. We'll log in. So with the old version, the LTSR, you can enable it, and you can set, I guess, a quota, a limit on how big you want that personal disk to go, and that was about it. Everything else was a lot of management, and it was not fun. But if you go here, and I think it's Program Files, Unidesk, Unidesk Service, User Exclusions. And again, there's some Citrix documentation on this. It's just a text file, and you put in what you want to exclude in that text file in here, and I hope you had everything. If you wanted to add more stuff, again, it's not super fun. All right. So I won't dig too much into that. You can play around with it. But here's our policy. Here's what we have set. All right. So our size. For some reason, I got it set to 11. I'm not sure why, but we'll use the default of 10. Just to let you know, I think the default size for UPM is 50 gigs. And this will encapsulate more data, so be mindful of that. Groups using the custom layer. Again, I don't think that was, this is a new policy, so you can set it per group. And you'd have to create this policy in a way where you have to disable, if you're using a lot of things on one image, you got to plan it out. So if you're using UPL on this, desktop with these policies, you might want to add within here policies to disable UPM. But we can define it through group. So we're just setting domain users, any user that's created. And our domain is going to be already a part of that. Exclusion. So here's the exclusion piece. We're using default values. Again, there's not a whole lot of documentation out here on this. All the stuff from UPM I would put in here. So if you're excluding, say, Teams, all the recommended items from Microsoft Teams, if you're excluding cache data from Edge, anything that's going to the user profile, you can put in here. And all that stuff is well documented. For program files, it's a little bit trickier, but they have some recommendations in here. Again, you have to play around with it, and for whatever items you want to exclude, it's going to be best for your environment. But right now, we'll just use default. So I think with default, there's some GPO directories that get set, and a few others. Again, it's in their product documentation, but we'll leave that as is. But now, instead of editing text files on the endpoint, you can do it through policy, which is great. So if anything new comes up, bam. So you got the path where you want the stuff stored. So again, we got our server set up. Again, always like to double check things. So server, profile, we can browse through it. All right. And user layer, customize user layer size in gigabytes, user layer size in gigabytes. So I think this is an older policy. Value. Yeah, I think this is an older policy. Customize user layer size in gigabytes. So one of these isn't needed. Here, we'll set that. All right, so they're both okay. We'll just use the default of 10. All right. Next, delivery group. We got it applied to our UPL. Enable, finish. All right, so we got storage, we got a policy, we got the component installed on the endpoint. Beat that to death, couldn't find where the actual component is within the ISO, but it's there somewhere. All right, so now we'll try to get this to launch via Citrix. User, log on, UPL. All right. Let's go back. Again, the lab has not been touched in a long time. Probably should have did some work before doing the video, but no problem. We can still log in. What are we doing? Base. Let's double check. It's in our delivery group. Base, registered. Okay. All right, so let's log in. Other user, Citrix user, our password. Profiles. All right, so we checked that before. So users, it creates that. All right, we got our domain followed by our user. So I'm pretty sure we can customize this with some little abbreviations and percents and pounds, like we do with UPM. A-OK. I think that's been around for a long time. Can't change it. But we got our VHD and we got a text file. All right, so I think these text files, I forget how many it does. I think it's 5 log on, 5 log offs. I can't remember. But anyhow, user, SID, image, blah, blah, blah. But anyhow, pretty easy. Just like UPM. You install the components when you're installing the VDA, or you can just install the components. You got some storage somewhere. We got some basic storage set up. You know, you can point it to a DFS share. You can point it to, you know, anything. And I might post some stuff that we've been working with, or I've been working with, the new, not new, but format that Citrix likes for these profiles and these containers to be stored on. But I'll post all that in the, is it a blog or vlog? I don't know. Post it in the content. But anyhow, it works. I don't know what was going on with Citrix, but I'll look into that another time. Not too worried about it. But we got something. So right now we got nothing excluded. It's got default exclusion, so it's going to capture everything. The more you capture, the longer it's going to take to load. So get some exclusions in there. And what else? And if you're doing it on your master image, when you seal, or say you didn't seal with this method, and you just did your master image, you wanted to use UPL, and then you pushed it out there and you logged in, it was just a black screen. It's like, why am I getting a black screen? Or why am I getting these errors? So I'm going to give you some advice. So the black screen, if you don't have this enabled via GPO, this, I forget what they call it, but when you log into Windows, this little, hey, wait, we're getting your stuff, you know, together. Sometimes it's disabled by policy, and you'll just get a black screen. And then when the user logs in, they get a Unidisk error, something with user personalization not working. What you have to do is go in here, go to services. We're being kind of lazy, so we'll just go into disk management. And as part of your seal script, you need to set this in the seal script. You don't have to stop it from running, but just a batch file, PowerShell, whatever, just disable it, and then seal, shut down, and, you know, create your snapshot, or let, you know, Studio create your snapshot. Doesn't matter. But anyhow, I've learned through testing that this needs to be disabled on your master image when you're doing user personalization layer (UPL). So helpful tips. And I had to find this in like an old article, maybe 12 years old, because again, there's no new information out here on this, but they do continue to develop on the product. So maybe I'm not sure. Also, Citrix has changed their whole website and web page. So everything is different. So maybe soon there'll be some better blogs out there and stuff like that on UPL. I don't know. There's so many changes that have happened within the past few months that we have not done this. So everything is growing, changing. It's crazy. Anyhow, some tools in your tool belt. I think I've used that term before. You know, make sure this is disabled in your master image when you're doing your non-persistent desktops. And then for the black screen, if it's just sitting there on a black screen, again, we're capturing everything in this profile. So make sure you get some exclusions. But if you're not seeing anything, you're seeing a black screen, this is probably hidden because of a GPO. But anyhow, it works. Man, I really want to find this. It bothers me. Licensing, profile management. It's not going to be in here. Yep, we did WIM. Upgrade agent, no. Machine UPL? Is that it? I think that's it right there. Oh my goodness. Man, it was staring us in the face. UPL. Pretty sure that's it. If you want to get more with UPL, I think Citrix has some old legacy stuff out there in their supportability pack, their tools, to where you can. This is a hard component to uninstall, not just something you can uninstall easily. I recommend just getting the supportability pack and getting the stuff from them to uninstall and update this agent if you're planning on staying on an old version of Citrix VDA and then maybe move into a newer version of UPL. But anyhow, we found it. Whew. This is going to sit here for a minute. Just getting everything set up. Let's see if the disk. We know that it created the disk. Let's log in. All right, let's go to computer management. And I'm not sure if we got the admin center set up. I just can't remember. We're testing on what base? Yep. And it's attached to our VM. So again, you got the tools now to set it up. You got some little nuances with it to get you going if you're trying to set it up for a pool of desktops. And I'll post some articles in there for recommended or preferred formatting for the storage that Citrix recommends, and a few other things. I'll post in the content article. But anyhow, I hope you learned something.